Touhou Fan Game Jam 13 has come to pass. The theme for this game jam was retro. You know, like the DS and the Wii. The jam featured a selection of games that were playable at Touhou Fest, which was fun to watch live. Now let's see, how many are there to, 81 games? Well, I don't have too much time, so I'll just be going over my 10 favorite games today. Here are my top 10 games from Touhou Fan Game Jam 13. Number 10, Microgamer Shimmy. This game might have the best concept of any of the jam entries. You play as Shimmy as she tries to win at a retro shmup. Only problem, she's tiny. So, you have to control her running across the microsystem to move with the D-pad, use your shield, and attack with the buttons. It's a very cute game that's also surprisingly tough. Number 9, Foul Castle Escape. Adventure for the Atari 2600 is a very important game, but also very much a product of its time. Foul Castle Escape takes adventure and modernizes it just enough. You've still got the one-item hold mechanic, but there's also a bit more combat. Speed-up mushrooms scattered throughout the castle also makes backtracking much more fun. It's really cool exploring this giant castle, solving puzzles to get new things, and finding secrets scattered about. Number 8, the seething Sumireko gamer plays Sinai Land. On the surface, this would possibly be the worst jam game. It's a 2D platformer designed to be unfair and as frustrating as possible. But there's a twist. Sumireko is there doing her best AVGN impression, and she has something to say for every obstacle. As you play the game, Sumireko's commentary colors the experience. It goes beyond just swearing, too. We even have the random anecdotes that are core to the AVGN experience. Also, this spring part is legitimately one of the most infuriating sections I've played in any video game. Be sure to check this game out, and also be on the lookout for its secret level. Number 7, Ellie's Exciting Eviction Adventure. This is a simple game that's made in RPG Maker that's held together by one key component. This game is very funny. I don't know who Ellie is, but you play as Bad Apple in this game. The story begins with Bad Apple getting kicked out of her house because it's going to be turned into a Sears parking lot. From there, you journey around as Bad Apple and try to get enough money for a place to live. From other character cameos to motorboats on the Sanzu, there's a lot of laughs to be had. Number 6, Yorigami Through the Looking Back. Retro can also be used in a different way. Retrospective. This jam game had perhaps the best use of the retrospective meaning. After a quick fight with Racin, you get led to a mock-itch UI of the creator, Icing 11's, previous jam games. You select one and... there is a unique Danmaku mini-fight for every jam game listed. Each one even comes with the itch star rating system, so you can tell how well you did for each pattern. The art style and music even shift with each game covered. Plus, you get a unique directional dodge in place of a bomb, which further distinguishes the Danmaku. This is a very celebratory use of the theme that I greatly appreciated, especially for the jam games of Icings that I had played before. Number 5, Shrine Maiden Adventure. This game plays like an old Mario game. Aesthetically, you've got a nice pixel style with PC-98 mixes of tracks. Each element of the game also fits well with Touhou. The question mark block equivalents are the boxes from Touhou 1, for example. You also have things like the bridge bullet cannons from 2, evil flying eyes as enemies, and yin-yang orbs as health pickups. But where this game really shines is the pacing. Reimu's running speed is perfect and flows well with the levels. Each boss fight also has dramatic patterns that make use of Danmaku. Much like its inspiration Mario, this game is very fun. Number 4. Oni's Moon. This could have also been called Oni of Seasons. Suika makes a ruckus, and Yukari gets mad. So, she forces Suika to live in a crummy shack and away from alcohol until she can make a friend. How will Suika make a friend? By farming, selling goods, buying items, and... Oh, it really is Story of Seasons. It's very impressive how much of the farming game experience the team was able to capture in just 3 days. I got into that same sort of zen-like mode as I do when I play other farming games. I focused on growing crops for minutes at a time, despite there not being much variation in gameplay. It's just intrinsically satisfying to see your farm grow, and the social events with characters pair with some pretty witty writing. I was impressed by this game, and hope to see more from the team who made it. Number 3. Senkai Living. This game is like WarioWare, which seems to happen a lot at these jams. The game stars Fudo, but while a lot of WarioWare-style games primarily just use the microgame mechanic, this game also embraces the zany presentation. You've got cartoony artwork, wacky sound effects, and even rewards in the main hub after you get a certain amount of points. But of course, you've also got the microgames. Land a sick kickflip. Get some good feng shui. And even just paint a boat right. There's a lot of quick fun to be had in Senkai Living. Number 2. Ryuthella. This game was made by T-Body, who's known for making Sega Genesis games for Touhou Game Jams. The community has actually talked about doing a retro theme before, and we always joked, well, that'd sure be easy for T-Body. And sure enough, he made one of my favorite games of the Jam. There's 2 versions. The Jam version is an 8-directional shooter where you move around killing bugs and try to collect points. Navigating the turns is a unique challenge. The second version of the game is a more standard vertical shooter, with the same score system. This version of the game was actually sold at Touhou Fest, and I'm happy to say that I have a physical cartridge that runs on my Sega Genesis. Both versions of the game are pretty fun, and I don't really have one that I prefer over the other. There's a nice risk and reward system where you can try to get extra points from items before the bugs eat them. But of course, getting closer makes it easier for you to get hit. This is a fantastic score attack game. Number 1. So, would you come along with me? Again, there is another way to use the Jam theme. Retrospective. This is a Hifu game, wow, topical, with a very intriguing concept. We get to explore a world where Mary and Renko are sort of swapped. Renko sees these other worlds, and Mary's an outsider, but their personality traits from base Touhou are still the same, as is their chemistry with each other. When Mary gets mysterious texts, she immediately sets out to find Renko. What you get is a subtle horror game with a fantastic atmosphere. Exploring how Mary would react if she were the one observing abilities is fascinating. I was super immersed while exploring, and there were even points where I physically looked away from the screen out of fear. You can find up to 4 endings too, so there's reasons to come back. This is an incredible Hifu game, and I think if you're a Hifu fan, it's a must-play. And those were my top 10 games of Touhou Fan Game Jam 13. You can check out those games and several others on the Jam page in the description below. 80 new retro games in 2024. Kinda funny. Good job to all the jammers, and see you next Jam.